What's up, everyone? Today, we're diving into one of the most controversial and powerful books ever written, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book has been called a manual for manipulation, a guide to success, and everything in between. It's been read by CEOs, politicians, celebrities, and even prisoners. Some love it, some hate it, but everyone agrees it's powerful. Whether you want to gain power, protect yourself from manipulation, or simply understand how the world really works, this book is essential reading. Warning: these laws are descriptive, not prescriptive. They show you how power works in the real world. How you use this knowledge is up to you. Let's break down the most important laws from this game-changing book. About the book and Robert Greene spent years studying power dynamics throughout history. He analyzed leaders, conquerors, artists, seducers, and schemers from ancient times to the modern era. The result? 48 laws distilled from thousands of years of human behavior. Each law is illustrated with historical examples from Julius Caesar to Louis XIV, from Cleopatra to Napoleon, from Sun Tzu to Machiavelli. Important context: Greene doesn't say these laws are moral or ethical. He says they're effective. They describe how power actually works, not how we wish it worked. Some laws contradict each other because power is situational. You must understand when to apply which law. This book is immoral. It's a tool. Like a knife, it can be used to cook dinner or harm someone. The choice is yours. Now, dive into the most essential laws. Law 1. Never outshine the master. The first law is crucial. Never outshine the master. What it means: always make those above you feel superior. Don't try to impress them with your brilliance, or you'll inspire fear and insecurity. Why it matters: masters want to feel secure in their position. If you appear too capable or ambitious, they'll see you as a threat and eliminate you. Historical example from the book: Nicolas Fouquet was the finance minister to King Louis XIV of France. He threw an extravagant party at his magnificent chateau to impress the king. The party was so lavish, the chateau so beautiful, that it outshone the king's own palace. The result? Louis XIV was humiliated and furious. He had Fouquet arrested and imprisoned for life. Fouquet's mistake wasn't throwing a party, it was making the king feel inferior. The lesson: let your masters shine brighter than you. Make them look good. Take credit privately, give credit publicly. Your success should enhance their glory, not diminish it. When you must display talent, attribute your success to their teaching and guidance. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. The principle: keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the purpose behind your actions. If they have no clue what you're up to, they can't prepare a defense. Why this works: when people know your intentions, they can interfere, compete, or sabotage you. Concealment gives you the element of surprise and keeps you unpredictable. How to apply it? Use smoke screens. Talk endlessly about one thing while doing another. Give people false signals about your intentions. Use decor objects of desire to distract attention from your real goal. Bland and unremarkable on the surface while plotting underneath. Key: most people are open books. They broadcast their intentions through their words and actions. This makes them vulnerable. By concealing your true intentions, you maintain control and keep others guessing. They waste energy trying to figure you out while you execute your plans. Balance: don't be so mysterious that people distrust you completely. Appear normal and friendly on the surface. Reveal small, harmless intentions to seem open while hiding your real goals. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. The law: everything is judged by appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Never let yourself get lost in the crowd or buried in oblivion. Stand out. Be conspicuous at all costs. Why attention equals power in our world? Attention is currency. Those who get noticed get opportunities, resources, and influence. Those who don't are forgotten. Methods to attract attention: Create an air of mystery. People are drawn to enigmatic figures. Be controversial. Any kind of attention is better than being ignored. Use dramatic gestures and striking imagery. Associate yourself with scandal or controversy. If necessary, create spectacles that capture imagination. Historic example. P.T. Barnum, the great showman, understood this perfectly. He created outrageous spectacles and controversies to generate publicity. He said, "I don't care what they say about me, as long as they spell my name right." Warning: once you have attention, you must work to maintain it. Attention gained can be quickly lost if you become predictable or boring. The deeper truth: better to be criticized, attacked, or even hated than to be ignored. You can work with attention, even negative attention. You can't work with obscurity. Law 15. Crush your enemy. Totally. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. The law: all great leaders know that a feared enemy must be crushed completely. If one ember is left alight, no matter how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break out. The reasoning: leaving enemies half-beaten is dangerous. They will recover and seek revenge. Your mercy will be seen as weakness, and they'll use it against you. Historical wisdom: throughout history, leaders who showed mercy to defeated enemies often paid the price. The enemy they spared came back stronger and destroyed them. How to apply: when you must act against an opponent, don't hesitate or show half measures. Be thorough and final in your actions. This doesn't necessarily mean violence, it means removing their ability to harm you permanently. This could mean completely discrediting them, removing all their resources and support, making reconciliation or comeback impossibly. Alternative: if you can't crush them completely, don't make them your enemy at all. Sometimes the best move is to avoid confrontation entirely. Important note: this law is about survival in power struggles, not about casual disagreements. Reserve this approach for true threats to your position or well-being. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. If the principle: too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. Why scarcity creates value: what is easily available is rarely valued. By making yourself less available, you appear more valuable, and people appreciate your presence more. How to apply: don't always be available when colled. Make people wait for your time and attention. Disappear periodically to increase demand for your presence. More you're seen, the less impressive you become. The balance: create scarcity, but don't disappear completely. You must be visible enough to be remembered, but rare enough to be valued. Strategic withdrawal can increase your power more than constant presence. Law 17. Keep others in suspense. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. The law: humans are creatures of habit who crave comfort in the familiar. By being unpredictable, you gain power because others will waste energy trying to predict your next move. The advantage: predictable people are easy to manipulate and control. Unpredictable people keep others off balance and unable to prepare defenses. How to be unpredictable: occasionally act against your own patterns. Be inconsistent in rewards and punishments. Keep people guessing about your reactions. React patterns before they become too established. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Law 25. Recreate yourself. The law: do not accept the roles that society foists on you. Recreate yourself by forging a new identity, one that commands attention and never bores the audience. Why this matters: most people are trapped by the image others have of them. They become predictable and limited by expectations. How to recreate yourself: be the master of your own imagination. Let others define who you will. Recreate a compelling persona that captures imagination. Be theatrical and dramatic in your self-presentation. Change and evolve to prevent being pigeon holodexels. David Bowie constantly reinvented himself with new personas. Madonna has recreated her image multiple times throughout her career. Napoleon crafted his image as a military genius, an emperor. Key: your identity is not fixed. It's a canvas you can paint and repaint. Don't be bound by your past or others' expectations. Control the narrative of who you are. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. The principle. People have an overwhelming desire to believe in something. By offering them a cause or belief system, you can build devoted followers. What people want: a sense of purpose and meaning, something larger than themselves to belong to, clear answers in an uncertain world, a charismatic figure to follow. How to apply. Keep your message simple and vague enough for interpretationism, enthusiasm over rationality as theatrical effects and rituals. Give people a common enemy or obstacle. Make your cause feel exclusive and special. Warning: with great influence comes great responsibility. This law shows how cults and movements form for good or evil purposes. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. The law: if you are unsure of a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts and hesitations will infect your execution. Boldness, on the other hand, has a genius and magic to it. Why boldness works. Bold actions capture attention and respect. The citation reveals weakness and invites attack. Timidity is more dangerous than audacity. People respect confidence, even if they disagree with the action. Historical truth. Throughout history, bold leaders who acted decisively often succeeded where cautious ones failed. Even bold failures are remembered more than timid successes. How to be bold. Commit fully. Once you decide to act, shall no doubt or hesitation. Act with confidence, even when uncertain. Strict quickly and decisive. Light danger of timidity. Half-hearted attempts fail more often than bold ones. When you show doubt, others sense it and lose confidence in you. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. The law: everyone has a weakness, a gap in their castle wall. That weakness is usually an insecurity, an uncontrollable emotion or need. Find it and use it to your advantage. What to look for: hidden insecurities and childhood needs, secret pleasures or vice, deep fears or anxiety. Ego vulnerability. Osho. To discover weaknesses, listen more than you talk. Watch how they react to different situations. Pay attention to what makes them emotionalize patterns in their behavior. Observe what they try to hide or overcompensate for. How to use this knowledge. Once you know someone's weakness, you can influence their behavior by either threatening what they fear, offering what they desperately want, exploiting their insecurity. Ethical consideration. Understanding people's vulnerabilities can help you protect them or manipulate them. Choose wisely. Law 38. Think as you like. Behave like others. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. The law: if you make a show of going against the times, flaunting your unconventional ideas and unorthodox ways, people will think you only want attention. They will find ways to punish you for making them feel inferior. Why conformity protects you. People are suspicious of those who stand out too much. By blending in on the surface, you protect yourself while maintaining your own thoughts privately. How to apply. Blend in with the group's appearance and basic behaviors. Don't flaunt your differences or superioritize of your unconventional ideas. For private or the right moment, happier like everyone else on the surface. Strategy. Be a sheep on the outside, a fox on the inside. Let others think you share their values while pursuing your own goals privately. When to break this law: when you've already achieved power and position, you can be more openly different. Until then, blend in. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. The law: what is offered for free is dangerous. It usually involves either a trick or a hidden obligation. Pay your own way, and you'll stay clear of manipulation. Why free things are dangerous: they create obligation and debt. They make you dependent. There is always a hidden cost. They compromise your independence. The power of paying. By paying your own way, you maintain your independence. Avoid obligations to others. Keep your integrity intact. Stay free from manipulation. Strategy. Be the one who gives freely instead. Strategic generosity creates goodwill and puts others in your debt without them feeling manipulated. The lesson: never accept gifts or favors unless you understand the price. Independence is worth more than saving money. Law 46. Never appear to perfect. Law 46. Never appear to perfect. The law, appearing better than others, is always dangerous, but most dangerous of all is to appear to have no faults or weaknesses. Envy creates silent enemies. Why perfection creates enemies? People feel inferior around those who seem perfect. This breeds resentment, envy, and a desire to see you fall. The strategy: display harmless vices and minor flaws to appear more human and relatable. This makes others comfortable around you. To flex envy makes you seem approachable. Your real strengths, examples of harmless flaws to display. Admit to small mistakes occasionally. Show minor weaknesses that don't threaten your position. Display human emotions and vulnerabilities. Oak areas where others are better than you. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Law 48. Assume formlessness. The final law: by taking a shape, by having a visible plan, you open yourself to attack. Instead of taking a form for your enemy to grasp, keep yourself adaptable and on the move. The principle: fixed positions are vulnerable. Flexibility is strength. Those who can adapt quickly to changing circumstances survive and thrive. How to be formless: don't commit rigidly to one strategy. Stay flexible and adaptable. Keep your options open. Flow around obstacles rather than confronting them head on. Like water taking the shape of any container. Bruce Lee's wisdom: be like water. Water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Why formlessness is powerful: you can't hit what you can't pin down. By remaining adaptable and unpredictable, you become harder to attack or counter. Key themes and practical application. Let me summarize the key themes that run through all 48 laws. 1. Master your emotions. Never let emotions cloud your judgment. Those who control themselves control situations. 2. Understand human nature. People are driven by ego, insecurity, and self-interest. Understanding this gives you power. 3. Think long-term. Every action should serve your long-term interests. Don't sacrifice the future for immediate gratification. 4. Control your image. How others perceive you matters more than who you really are. Manage your reputation carefully. 5. Be strategic. Power requires planning, patience, and strategic thinking. Reactive people lose to proactive ones. 6. Stay flexible. Rigid thinking and strategies fail. Adapt to circumstances and opponents. How to use this book: for defense, recognize when these laws are being used against you. Awareness is protection. For offense, apply these laws strategically when pursuing your goals. Use them ethically and wisely. For understanding, see the world as it is, not as you wish it were. These laws describe reality, criticisms, and ethics. This book is controversial for good reasons. Let's address the criticisms, the concerns. The laws can be manipulative and Machiavellian. They prioritize power over morality, can create a cynical worldview. Some advice seems sociopathic. Robert Greene's response: he argues he's describing how power works in reality, not prescribing how people should behave. The book is immoral. It presents tools that can be used for good or ill. The balanced view: understanding power dynamics doesn't mean becoming manipulative. You can use this knowledge to protect yourself from manipulation of complex social situations. Achieve goals without harming others. Understand history and human behavior. Ethical question: is it better to be naive about power and get manipulated, or to understand power and choose how to use that understanding? Knowledge itself is neutral. Your intentions and applications determine whether it's used for good or harm. Final thought: 48 laws of power is a mirror held up to human nature and history. Whether you love it or hate it, you can't deny its insights into how power works in the real world. The choice is yours. Use these laws ethically to achieve your goals. Use them to protect yourself from manipulation or ignore them and remain vulnerable. Remember, these laws aren't about being evil. They're about being effective, aware, and strategic. The most powerful people in history understood these principles, whether they read this book or not. Now, you understand them too. What you do with this knowledge defines who you are. If this video opened your eyes to the realities of power, hit that like button and subscribe for more powerful book summaries. Drop a comment. Which law resonated with you most? Which one do you disagree with? Remember, stay strategic, stay aware, and use your power wisely.